Previously on Wild Bills, Team Liquid cleans up in the Sailfish Challenge, finishing first in the money, second in the tournament. Halfway into the Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series, Team Vitamin C2 stands in third place overall, followed by Wild Bills Teams Liquid and 4 races in the top 5. Next up, NFL greats get a taste of sailfishing in the Florida Keys, heading into Jimmy Johnson's National Billfish Championship.
Sail!
It's the fastest fish in the ocean, the majestic, acrobatic, iconic Atlantic sailfish. In the high-stakes game of tournament fishing, there is no more formidable opponent.
They're so pretty and they're so fun. It's so exciting. I get a great adrenaline rush out of this.
This band of saltwater cowboys, hell-bent on winning, is here to chase sailfish bills and dollar bills on the high seas.
It's the top teams doing it fast, hard, and at the highest skill level there is.
In a series of multi-million-dollar tournaments where everything is on the line.
This is it. You're fishing against the best. You're fishing against the biggest purse.
I got the leader, I got the fish!
Join Teams 4 Aces, Liquid, and Vitamin C2 as they risk life, fame, and fortune on their quest for the crest. Wild Bills.
Wild Bills, presented by Bass Pro Shops.
It's early March in the Florida Keys, popular winter destination for tourists and sailfish alike. A 47-team fishing fleet converges on sun-drenched Key Largo to compete in Jimmy Johnson's National Billfish Championship, third of 4 tournaments in this Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series. The Wild Bills teams are getting into the island groove with some pre-tournament fishing and relaxation.
It's paradise, man. We've been down here almost a week now, staying in a beautiful mansion, basically, overlooking the ocean. You go a couple miles offshore and, again, porpoises swimming around in this snow-white sand over gin clear water.
Yesterday, we saw a whale shark literally sucking scum off the props of our boats. It was such a cool experience. The atmosphere in the Keys is always laid back. It is nice, especially the pad that we have, sitting back, looking out, watching this weather roll in and out.
You definitely get the vacation vibe, so it's a little more relaxed. You're not as stressed, but with the conditions right now, the wheels are turning. What are we gonna do? Which way are we gonna go? How are we gonna make this happen? Because somebody's gonna get lucky. It's gonna be a dogfight, I think. Only the people that know how to fish have a chance, or somebody's just gonna get super lucky and find a fish, because there's not gonna be a lot caught.
Fishing conditions have been poor, with sailfish sightings few and far between.
What we've seen here in the last few days, fish 4.5 days, I've seen 2 sailfish. So it's not like, there's some biting, down to the south, up to the north, out further, in closer. It's slow fishing.
Team 4 Aces owner and lead angler Peter Adrian won his first tournament in the Keys almost 25 years ago, and his team took first place here last year. This week, he's hoping to reignite that flame with a repeat.
This is our home turf. It's my home turf, at least. I grew up fishing down here, and that's where I've fished most of my life. I feel very at home. And John, my captain, he's from Miami, but he's also fished down here quite a bit. So we love it down here. We know the area very well, and we've been very lucky and successful here with tournaments in the past.
For the first time in this Quest for the Crest series, Team 4 Aces will be fishing from their own boat.
The boat is great. I think this boat's going to be a big help for my team. It's a more livable boat than what I had before. We're going to be able to travel and run the places and fish more comfortably with a little bigger platform. So I'm happy. I'm very excited.
Team Liquid heads into the third leg of the series on solid ground in the money, inching up on 150 grand overall. Team Vitamin C2 is third in the money at 97 grand.
The financial pressure is off. That's a nice relief. psychologically, the pressures, it's a full court press. You're in a perfect spot to just do well in a couple of tournaments and take the whole thing down. Win a tournament, and you're a force to be reckoned with.
It is a confidence game. You've got to believe in what you can do, that you can win every one of these things, and the crew's got to believe in it, and there's no doubt. This just stacks of confidence on.
Leading the Wild Bills teams in the overall standings, it's Team Vitamin C2, now placing third in the Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series. The way the fishing's been going lately in Key Largo, those releases may be even more difficult to come by tomorrow.
We talked in the last tournament that, 6 or 7 fish is going to win it all week. And then, as it gets closer, everybody starts fishing, okay, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. I don't think that's going to happen down here. I definitely don't think it's going to happen on Friday. I think Friday, 3, 4 fish, it might be a superstar.
Today, the Sailfish will have to contend with NFL superstar Michael Irvin and NFL defensive great Danny Stubbs as they join teams 4 Aces and Liquid in some friendly pre-tournament fishing. Coming up on Wild Bills, sail fishing with NFL greats in the Florida Keys. What could be better?
Bass Pro Shops, it's more than a store.
It's great service from folks who know what they're talking about.
It's a low price guaranteed.
And free events that are fun for the whole family.
It's great brands from Coleman and North Face to Redhead and Ascend.
Bass Pro Shops, where great service, great prices, and the great outdoors all meet up.
There's never been a better time to come to Bass Pro Shops than right now.
The award-winning Z Performance line from CV raises the bar. It's not just fast. It's not just fuel efficient. The CVZ is the entire package. It offers the perfect balance, safe, predictable handling during hard turns and at high speed. And most importantly, the Z stays on plane at lower speeds, so it can comfortably handle anything Mother Nature can dish out. Experience the exhilarating ride of the CVZ. Schedule a sea trial today.
Sea Hunter Boats. Style built for performance, built to last. Just go to SeaHunterBoats.com and design the boat of your dreams. We offer a wide array of options and custom build every boat. Sea Hunter produces hulls that are unsinkable, backed by the best factory service in the business. We guarantee you won't find a better competitively priced center console value because we sell factory direct. Sea Hunter, where performance and value meet to give you a boating experience investment that keeps its worth. Go to SeaHunterBoats.com and start your Sea Hunter journey.
These are the teams. This is their field. This is their opponent. This is the Quest for the Crest. The best sailfishing teams on the planet will battle the seas, sailfish, and each other as they compete for an estimated purse of more than $2 million. 4 premier events, 4 premier venues, 1 grand champion. Let the quest begin.
Wild Bills is presented by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And by CV Boats. Lead the way. Sea Hunter. Pay attention because we're fast. Seth McGinn's Can Cooker. Cater to your crowd. Adrian Holmes. Live the difference. And Blue Water Movement. Promoter, producer of the Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series.
3 tournaments into the Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series, Team 4 Aces will be competing from their own boat for the first time.
Third tournament, third boat. Hopefully this one will run all right. Hopefully it's going to catch some fish. We're still scrambling to try to get everything ready for it.
The boat's not finished. It's going back to the yard as soon as this tournament's over. We have a 3-week interval there between this tournament and the next one, and we're going to finally get all the details finalized.
If you worked as much as I worked in this boat, you would do the same thing. You would take care of it more.
Where were you all day yesterday when we were piecing this thing together?
Sleeping.
But it's fishable. We're very happy, very comfortable.
This maiden voyage will be christened by 3-time Super Bowl champ and NFL Hall of Famer Michael Irvin.
We have Michael Irvin, I think, coming on the boat. Hopefully we'll have some fun with him. We'll let him catch some fish. And we have some guests over from Bass Pro Shop.
Hello, Jennifer. Are we introducing ourselves?
I'm Terry. And I'm John. What are you guys hoping to see today?
fish, or just sun. I'm good with that too.
It's all about fun today. We're not going to be competitive or go crazy with anything. And at the same time, we'll have a little chance to pre-fish, get a feel for what's going to happen tomorrow with the fish.
Catching sailfish is a lot like catching footballs. First, you need to be in the right place at the right time.
This is real fish. This is the real stuff. And to have a toy like this, official, this is that other level stuff. It's something like this, and I put it on my wall. Right next to all my other big toys, all my Super Bowls, all the things, but only thing that's on the wall is their pure, real meat. And I got some today.
Revered fishing captain John Dudas is a true connoisseur of sailfish baits and explains a common bait fishing technique along the way.
Real shallow, there's a reef going across there, and he's catching bait. He's fishing for a bait called a ballyhoo. They put a block of frozen fish, it's ground up fish, it's called chum, and that breaks apart, and it goes to the current, and the bait comes up and starts to feed on it, and they throw a net on top of the bait and catch it. We're using herring and goggle eyes. That's a better bait usually, we think.
What's the chances I can snag me a tuna and have some fresh tuna tartar in it?
Pretty good chance.
It's the same thing as just a regular one, right? You just watch them when they go down.
Right. Yeah, that's your indicator. Sometimes you'll see the bait starting to get real nervous and the pork starting to fall in either direction. And this is your short one. This is your closest one. This is your middle one. And this is your long one.
Okay. I don't run out some strength, so you pull them in, or?
No. Once you hook them, you just start reeling them in.
You know, you'll be looking at them, and all of a sudden, you see a pork start acting a little bit different, and all of a sudden you see a fish come up, eat it. And what we're trying to do is we'll try to actually feed the fish. They chew the food just like we do. They'll eat it, they'll swim off with it, chew it, turn it, and swallow it.
A lot of guys pull the hook because they don't feed the fish, right? They don't wait till it takes the bait down into its mouth.
So we want to try to give them a little bit of time to swallow it and swim off.
Okay.
And then to start whining, it'll come off that clip, and then you'll be one-on-one with the fish.
Awesome.
Sail! He's just chewing on it, Rob. In there, yeah. He's eating it now. Okay, he's thinking off with it. Hold it. And just take a few cranks on the way down. Let go of it. Perfect. Now put that bigger pressure back on.
Do you think that's going to help your review?
Sure hope so.
Really focused on what's going on. She had never caught one before. It was her first fish. Really big fish. Took like an hour to catch it.
Oh my God!
She was doing that thing for an hour.
And it was an awesome fight. We're trying to bring him on board for a picture.
Let's go. Ready? Hold on, let her take her. She's got it.
The girl ended up catching the sailfish.
That was awesome. That was a lot of fun, and I see why people like to do this.
Meanwhile, Team Vitamin C2 makes a short pre-tournament run in search of a hot spot.
We went, pre-fishing. That's why we're down here all week, just trying to, find the fish and see what's going on. Conditions have been super, super, super tough.
The fish down here, when it's good and they're traveling and they're tailing or migrating or pushing through, whatever they're doing, if there's fish here and they're moving, it's like Miami. It could be structure, but it's more depth. Find them, kind of keep setting up on them. I've heard everybody talking the last couple days, Rex, structure, but they're not producing.
Sucks, what do you got?
I got North Tide, blue water. Ain't happening. So when all else fails, you find maybe a residential fish on some kind of bottom or two. I don't think that's happening. I think a lot of the local guys are gonna have some advantage with that aspect because they know all the rock piles and all the stuff that's not on the charts. I haven't spent that much time down here. I don't know all the little nicks and crannies like that.
One thing the teams can count on, scarce fishing today means fierce competition tomorrow. Coming up on Wild Bills, when an abandoned Cuban raft is found at sea, boys will be boys.
Bird, baby, bird!
Bass Pro Shops, it's more than a store.
It's great service from folks who know what they're talking about.
It's a low price guaranteed.
And free events that are fun for the whole family.
It's great brands from Coleman and North Face to Redhead and Ascend.
Bass Pro Shops, where great service, great prices, and the great outdoors all meet up.
There's never been a better time to come to Bass Pro Shops than right now.
Wild Bills is presented by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And by CV Boats. Lead the way. Sea Hunter. Pay attention because we're fast. Seth McGinn's Can Cooker. Cater to your crowd. Adrian Holmes. Live the difference. And Blue Water Movement. Promoter, producer of the Quest for the Crest Sailfish series.
After several days of painfully slow pre-fishing off of Key Largo, Team Liquid takes a leisurely ride back out to one of their favorite fishing spots, Alligator Light.
It's one of the more scenic areas down here. It's a beautiful lighthouse and incredible white sand inshore where you're fishing. Just awesome spot. Just makes it fun being there, whether you're getting bites or not.
Today, college and NFL defensive great Danny Stubbs is on board. Maybe he'll be their good luck charm.
Today we have the honor of fishing with a two-time national championship. The U, a great university, not a shitty university like the University of Florida Gators.
So we went back to Alligator again today, playing around late.
We then went on and was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers, proceeded to win 2. Are you too good for a kickflip? Oh, yeah! Woo! Let's ride it to right side.
First bait in the water and 4 fish show up on it. Spinner hits the water, bang, there they are. Holy shit. There hadn't been 4 fish seen in the rest of the fleet. We're talking 50 boats, and they ain't seen 4 fish the rest of them. Here they are right here.
Jimmy, get between his legs. Woo-hoo! This guy's a lucky charm, dude.
Good. I finally got one that fit the hook out.
We managed to catch 1 out of 3 of those we got tight with and had another one squish a bait and didn't eat it.
You've seen 1 fish in 3 days. He rolls out with the celeb angler, drops us on freaking 4 of them in 10 minutes. No one better than this guy.
Daniel Stubbs. I caught him a sailfish, caught him a blackfin tuna, and a kingfish.
And we caught a real nice black grouper. Of course, they're out of season and really good eating. It's very difficult to let that thing go. Of course, we let it go.
He had a good day. We only fished for a couple hours. We knew this weather was coming in. We wanted to get in, buttoned up, and we have a lot of work to do. Relining all the rods, rigs, the whole 9 yards.
Word on the water calls for a big change-up in the weather as the tournament kicks off tomorrow. Are the sailfish starting to sense the coming front?
The fish are here. I think the weather is going to be, it's a change, and sometimes changes are good, sometimes they're not so good. I think current would be the real deal. If we could get even a knot of current to come in, I think these fish would fire on.
During the pre-fishing today, one team in the fleet comes across a truly captivating contraption, an abandoned Cuban raft.
We were running today and we came across a refugee raft. You know, we're real close to Cuba and Haiti. Well, I'm not gonna say it's real close. We're 90 miles from Cuba.
I just want to know what happened to the people on board.
So we hopped on it, you know, checked it out. And this one was the best made refugee boat I have ever seen in my entire life.
Bro, this is so solid.
Solid hull sides. It had a Jeep motor in it.
This thing's sturdy as hell.
Solid floorboard, every tool you could think of, 15 gallons of fuel left over. Tried to get it started with the tools that they had. We could make it turn over, but it wouldn't start. Props to whoever this was.
It's got some juice to it, man. Oh, it wants to turn.
Somewhere in the U.S. right now is a Cuban boat manufacturer that needs to be hired by CV. Because this guy did a fine job.
I've seen a lot of those, and that was well made.
Really well made. And decided that, you know, this is probably a hazard to other boaters. So we took it upon ourselves to keep all our other fellow boaters safe, used the fuel that was on the boat, gave it a bath, went about 20 yards back and shot a flare into it. went ablaze, sunk it to the bottom.
Burn, baby, burn!
Now no one's gonna hit that.
Within spitting distance of the smoldering raft, Team 4 Aces celebrates the first catch on their new boat.
Yay! All right, so here we are. You know, we just caught one.
That was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
First fish on the new boat.
I'm gonna do it. All the girls I dated, this one's for you.
What? What? Go, go, go!
Why?
That's fantastic. He loves it.
I still got a few scales in my mouth, but I can't get them.
Still got a little bit on
She
your
caught
finger.
a monster sailfish.
And I was not brave. I see why people like to do this.
Good times leading into Jimmy Johnson's National Billfish Championship. Bright and early tomorrow morning, it's tournament time. Coming up on Wild Bills, will the weather turn and stir up the bite? Which team will be there when the sails come out to play?
Let's punch it in. We'll go get fuel, clean this up.
After very little fishing action, Team Vitamin C2 heads in for final tournament preps.
Fishing slow, depending on where you are and what you're trying to do. I don't know what the tactic's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if there is one. Just because of what we've seen here in the last few days.
It's getting serious now, you motherfuckers!
The pressure for me as it stands right now is going to be getting the bites. We've gotten ready for it. We've been catching bait, getting the boat ready. Everything's good.
Are we running a story back there?
Yep.
While Team 4 Aces trades autographs at the dock.
You write your name, Michael Playmaker Irvin, but you also write your accomplishments. That's Super Bowl 27, 28, and 30, of course, champs.
My son Christian, his head is growing. Every time he gets interviewed or sees a camera on the show, his head is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And then over here, only 285 people in the whole world are what you call Hall of Famers. You let the rest of the world, who's not the other 285, know just what you are.
Michael, give me your hat.
Christian, he wants to keep that hat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you right on it. He's just autographing it for him.
Oh, fishing was great, yeah, right. Hope changes or we're not gonna be doing very well.
There, you heard the man.
Yeah, as long as we catching up to win, that's all that matters.
And get those Super Bowl rings.
He's eating it now.
Celebrities and all, Teams 4 Aces and Liquid each managed to land a sail despite dismal fishing reports. Could a change in the air be imminent?
It was a good sign. It was a really good sign because literally there have been almost no sails caught all week down here other than we caught one and I saw one other in the shallows while we were bait fishing. They're here. There's no doubt in my mind they're here. The water's here, the bait's here, the conditions just aren't quite right. At least we're gonna have some wind to keep the kites up better and be able to move around better, create a good spread, get a good presentation out of it.
This weekend, the weather could change drastically as 47 teams hit these waters in pursuit of a cash purse in excess of $500,000.
Maybe this front might do a little something. Saturday might get a little bit better.
There's supposed to be a little cold weather behind it or something, so that might change things. Hopefully, the pods will come through.
I'm really, really hopeful that the current's gonna pick up and this is gonna turn into a 15 or 18 fish tournament. But I'm thinking more likely 9 to 12 fish will win this tournament. And obviously that puts a 5 or 6 fish daily. And to be able to do that 2 days in a row in these current conditions would be stellar.
Heading into the second half of the Quest for the Crest Sailfish Series, all 3 Wild Bills teams are in the top 5, and any one of them could take it all.
We got to find the fish. We haven't had a good season up to now. Everybody's saying that we're a dream team and so forth, and us having so many wins and such a good team put together, really, we haven't shown it. I'm hoping that our moment's going to come. It has to come.
The pressure's there, and especially when the fishing's as tough as it is, trying to keep the crew motivated and in it through the whole day, because one bite could mean everything.
You still got to get big, you still got to catch them. And that's going to be anybody's deal tomorrow.
With just 2 tournaments to go, the pressure and the game is on. Next week on Wild Bills, it's day 1 of Jimmy Johnson's National Bill Fishing Championship. Will the wind blow in and turn on the bite?